Hey y'all, it's Hoagie. Welcome back to my channel. Again, it's been a hot minute, and I just want to say I am going to be revamping my upload schedule. It's not going to be once a week anymore, but do know that these month-on-T videos will continue the first video after the first Monday of the month, because I started testosterone on the first Monday of May last year. And so I try to upload the month on T videos the weekend after the first Monday of the month. You know what I mean? So that's going to continue. But there's going to be a little bit of a difference, which I will explain at the end of the video. But don't worry, you're still going to get the content that you're here for. At least I assume that's why you're here. But just wait until the end of the video. I'll explain. I am 9 months on T. I am 3/4 of the way to a year. I am so happy with my results, with what's been going on, with how I've been feeling. It's been a good month. Body-wise, dysphoria-wise, it's been good. So let me explain to you all the stuff that's been happening. Since taking care of myself, since, washing my face every day, doing, more self-care, I have definitely noticed an improvement in general. And acne-wise, I'm doing better. There's still the scars that were there before, there's still the discoloration, but I'm not really getting many new pimples, and I think that's really because I'm actually washing my face with face wash, and sometimes I wash it with an acne wash, not every day, but I've been doing that every single night, and it's definitely made an improvement. And I don't really have much acne around my body. I've been showering more often. I think that's probably helping, but generally my skin has been doing great. My body hair is getting darker. I just noticed this morning that the arm hair is getting longer. It's still the same color. It's darker. It's noticeable. But it's getting longer. And I don't even know about my legs. My legs are probably a lot. I haven't really had the opportunity to check. It's been cold and I've been wearing pants. And I'm happy with where it's going. I've checked on my chest and the longer hair is creeping up. It's not really any color yet. It's still translucent, but it's creeping up in between my breasts, and it's getting there. I can't wait until it gets all over my chest, and I'm assuming I will lose a lot of it in top surgery, but it'll be nice to have in the meantime. Moving on to down south, I have had the occasional erection out of nowhere. They just show up. It's just hello. But it's not as common. It's really not. It's maybe once every 2 weeks. It's been only a couple of times in the last month, and it actually doesn't bother me. I don't have that much of a libido. I don't really care. The fact that I can't really tell you whether there's been growth or not, because I'm not really inspecting that area except for when I shower, and even then it's kind of hard to tell. But it's just kind of stagnant. It really is. It's just chilling. It's not doing much. It's doing more than it was a couple months ago, and it was just absolutely radio silent. Now there's been some activity, but it's still just calm and collected. Now, one thing that I learned was that I think my lack of libido, my lowered just everything down there, is because of the pain meds that I'm taking. I take gabapentin. I take 600 milligrams 3 times a day. And, oh God, they're such big pills. It's the biggest pill that I take. But I discovered recently that they have an effect on libido, that 300 milligrams once a day can mess with your sexual function. And I take way more than that. So it's an issue. I don't know if I'm ever going to be as interested in adult fun time as I was before, because I really like this pain med. It's really good. It helps so much, and I honestly would rather not be in pain than be interested in sex. Honestly, flat out, being in less pain is more important to me. And I think that's a trade-off. It's a trade-off, but I'm willing to do it. I have been having the worst uterine cramps since I got my IUD. Like, I don't get a period. I haven't had a period in 7 years. I could not tell you when I lost my period due to testosterone because I wasn't having one. But, like, I wasn't having cramps. It was beautiful. It was like I did not even have a uterus. It was fantastic. But over the last few months, I think I mentioned this a couple months ago, that I have been having horrible uterine cramps. It went away in December and the first half of January. Okay, like, it was chill. I was like, oh, good, it was just a passing thing. Maybe it was a hormonal thing, and now I'm fine. And then in the end of January, coming up into the last few weeks, it's back, and it's bad. And the other day, I had like a 2 hour cramp of just it getting worse and worse and worse. And I took Tylenol. We didn't have Midol. I took my roommate's dicyclamine. I should not have, but I'm like, oh, it's for smooth muscle contraction, right? So maybe it'll shut the uterus up. It did not. But I finally scheduled the ultrasound. I was going to schedule an ultrasound, and then Omicron happened, and I was terrified, and it's still going on, and it's still really bad. But this could be something serious, and I need to have it looked at, and I have to weigh the pros and cons of whether I want to go in and get a procedure done or whether I want to completely avoid Omicron. And honestly, I am in pain, so I would really like to get that looked at. It could be many things. It could be the testosterone, which is affecting my reproductive organs, and that is a big possibility, and I just need to rule out everything else. It could be my polycystic ovary syndrome. I could be popping a cyst. It could be really fucking things up down there. I could just need a new IUD. Like, it's time. It's been 7 years. Up in May, it'll be time for me to get a new IUD. And they said I need to get a pelvic ultrasound anyway if that's going to happen. So I'll get that out of the way. Or it could be endometriosis. And I don't know why I'm just like thinking that might be it. And then there's a part of me, just a little part of me, that really wants it to be endometriosis because I have wanted a hysterectomy. And I know it won't be covered by my insurance unless it's medically indicated. And even then, I don't know if it's endometriosis, if it will be covered by my insurance. I don't know. I hope so. If it is that. But I would love to get a hysterectomy paid for by my insurance. I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know if it is endometriosis. It could be something simple like, oh, your IUD is just like running out of hormones. And so it's messing with your uterus. And now you just need to get it replaced and you'll have more hormones and it'll be great. And I just don't know. I just know that I am in pain and I need it to stop. Let's change the subject. Let's talk about my voice. It has been dropping. I can do this. Like, it's fucking amazing. I love it. It sounds so weird when I do that because I'm used to talking up here and I can't even do the voice that I used to be able to do. I can't even talk that high anymore. I usually talk like this. This is how I talk when I'm talking to my roommate, when I'm talking to people that I know, when I'm not on the phone, when I'm not doing a video, I usually talk like this. When I'm doing a video, I usually talk like this. It's just slightly higher. I'm trying to train myself out of it, but it's getting deeper. It's just every single day I can tell it's just a little bit deeper, and that's fantastic, and I'm so happy with that. The only thing that I hate, and I really hate, is my range, my vocal range, my singing voice. It is shot. Ooh, the sun is coming out. It's shot. I'm I'm a lost cause. It's I used to have an amazing voice. I was a contralto. I was amazing. I got into regionals. I almost made it into All-State. I would have made it into All-State if I hadn't like had the flu, like the legit flu. It was awful. Anyway, I am so like attached to my voice, and I am so proud of my voice and my range, and I can't do that anymore. I was singing in the car. I was singing Hanging by a Moment by Lifehouse on the radio, and I could do the verses, but I couldn't do the chorus. I tried to do the chorus. It's a male singer. Like I I should be able to do this. And I couldn't hit it, and I was just breaking and cracking, and it was up there, and some of the notes weren't even coming out, and like I tried, and I'm like, maybe if I just stretch out my range, it'll help. And then I get home, and I have lost my voice. My voice is gravelly and cracky and feels bad to speak, and I was just like, I don't know if I can do this. And it sucks because I sing harmony on my favorite songs, and I can't even do that. It's just, I hate it. And I know I'm talking a lot about this, but it's just something that I need you guys to understand, that if you're on testosterone, if you go on testosterone and your voice is dropping quickly, this may happen. I have heard that if you want to retain your singing voice, you should go on low dose, at least start on low dose until your voice starts, you know, getting down to where you want it. And like, I didn't take that advice. I just wanted the tea, and I am paying for it. I don't know if it's the same for everyone, but this is something that has happened to me that I really don't enjoy. I talked to my therapist, and he was like, you know how teenage boys are. Like, they're either sopranos or they're baritones, and it takes a second for their voice to level out. And it's true, when I was in choir in high school, it was hard to find a tenor. It really was, because the boys either hadn't dropped their voice, or their voice was cracking all the time, or their voice had dropped completely and now they were like baritones and basses. So he's like, it's gonna come back. He also has a good singing voice, and he's like, I was really good before my voice dropped, and then I was able to retain those vocal skills when my voice leveled out. And he says that I'm going to get my voice back eventually, and that I will retain the skills, and I will retain the control, and I'll be just as good as I was before. And it's just a waiting game. It's just a waiting game. I know it can take like up to 5 years for your voice to level out, which is a long freaking time. But it's gonna eventually get back to me being able to control it, me being able to get my range back, at least a new range. I am very like passionate about this, and I want it back so bad. Um, Singing is so important to me, but I know it's not going to be forever, and I know that I haven't completely like wrecked it forever. I'm not a lost cause. It feels like it, but I'm not, and I just have to wait. Changing the subject entirely, my hunger is just normal now. I know for the last couple months it's been up and down, and I was really hungry last month, and I was eating a lot. I'm not really eating a lot. I'm snacking, but it's not like making myself so full that I'm in pain. Like, I don't have that craving for I just need to eat. I just need to keep eating. I actually have a like an you're done sensor in my brain right now. So I know when I'm done, and I'm able to stick to that, and it's just normal now. I don't know if you can tell, but my face is really fuzzy. Like, I was taking some pictures. Let me see if I can post a picture. I'll show you. Um, where my face was like so freaking fuzzy. Like, I wasn't even trying to get that picture. I was looking at my hair, but you could see it on the, oh, see, look where my finger is. Look at that. And it's like all over. It's up here. Like if you just feel my face, it's super fuzzy and I love it so much. It has like no color. There's a little color down here and of course the mustache and a little bit of a soul patch right here. But for the most part, it's just fuzz. It's just my peach fuzz, but longer and fuzzier. But it's great and it makes me feel really euphoric to know that it's there. I love it. Guys, I'd be crying. I'd be crying a lot. And it's just an emotional time. The world is ending, you know? I mean, it's just a lot right now. And I feel everything so much all the time, every day. And I have a lot of feelings about everything. It's not gone away. My ability to cry once again, it is still here. I don't know if it's ever going to go away. I just cry a lot. I cry more than I've cried like in the last a long time. I don't know if it's the panini or if it's the testosterone. It's probably not the testosterone. It's probably just the circumstances of the world. Anyway, I'm crying a lot. I feel things deeply, and that's okay. An interesting thing that has happened this month is that my chest dysphoria is pretty, like, not there. It's pretty absent. I don't think about my chest. It's just something that's on my body. But I mean, I take a shower, I clean it, I clean my body, I touch my body like everywhere, and like I I'm not really cognizant of it. And it's still there. I know it's there when I think about it. When I look at my chest, I still get that pang of that's not supposed to be there. Why is that there? Make it go away. But it's not something I think about. It's not something that makes me depressed. It's just there. The only time I really think about my chest is weird shit's been happening to my areolas, and I don't know if it's a hormonal thing. The internet says it could be a hormonal thing, but I need to discuss it with either my gynecologist or my endocrinologist because the upper half of the areola, and literally, I have such big areolas. Fat boy things, am I right? Like, the upper half is all wrinkly, like it's cold or something, but the lower half is nice and smooth, like it's supposed to be. It's just normal. And I don't know why there's a difference there. It's just all the time. It's not occasionally. It rests like that. It just exists like that. And it doesn't hurt or anything. It's just something weird that I've noticed recently that's been different. But they do itch. The wrinkly half gets like dry skin. And so I've been putting lotion on it and it doesn't itch like almost at all. But it's still, I have to put lotion on it because it does that. And it's just confusing. I don't know why it's happening. I think it could be tea related, which is why I'm mentioning it now. But I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew that something like this could happen. It might be the million different things that are wrong with me or the million different medications that I take, but it also could be tea related. Guess what? My tea was free again. It was free. I am elated. In January, I had called my insurance because it was free that month. And I was like, is something wrong? Are they going to bill me later? Like, what do I do? I don't want to like owe them later. So I'm going to call them. And I called them and I was like, hey, this medication was free at the pharmacy. Did you guys do something wrong? And they were like, no, testosterone and anthate is free. And I was like, okay, why? And they said, we don't know. It just says that there's no copay. It's just that. And I'm like, well, yeah, there's no copay because it's not covered, but suddenly it's covered. And like, it was very confusing. And they were just like, yeah, it's free. And so I got it again in February and it was free. And they told me that they couldn't guarantee that it was going to be free any other time, just that in January it was going to be free. And that was kind of sus to me. But they said that they couldn't guarantee any other month, but then February's was free, and it makes me think that this year there's a new policy, there's new something that is making my testosterone free. And I looked up the Medicaid, like, medication list of all the things that are covered. Testosterone was not on it at all. And this was the updated one. But it wasn't the 2022 one. I couldn't find the 2022 one. So I don't know what is up with that. But Arizona Medicaid is doing something pro-trans, and I really appreciate it. And I'm not going to question it. I'm not going to jinx it. I'm just going to let it happen. I'm still budgeting for the $32 for my testosterone. Just in case. I don't want it to suddenly be cost $32 and then I don't have the budget for that. But I'm elated that's $32 that I don't really have to worry about. It's such a relief to actually have insurance be like, yeah, we'll cover your trans stuff. I still have to pay for the needles and syringes, but literally it's 42 cents a month. So not a big deal. Most exciting part of my month, honestly. That's it for the tea update. Let me talk about my new schedule. So before, I was doing my best to put out a new video every week, and that's the dream, that's the goal. It really is. But all I am guaranteeing in the near future is my month on tea videos. Even after a year, I'll do a year, and then I plan to do the months up until I'm not really seeing many differences in each month, where it's just like nothing has changed. Then I'll stop doing the months and probably do half years for the next, I don't know, couple years. But I'm definitely going to have the month on tea videos the weekend after the first Monday of the month. Every month. And if it's not that weekend, it'll be the next video after the first Monday of the month. So don't worry about that. It's going to happen. But everything else, I want to put out at least 2 videos a month. I want to do that. I have content. I have ideas. I have hopes and dreams and plans and all of that good shit. I don't always have the spoons. It's an up and down thing. And I don't want to promise something that I can't deliver on. So please understand that I am trying to say this so that I don't disappoint you guys. I want you guys to know that I am still here and I am still reading things, and I'm going to get to your comments today. I know it's been a while, but I'm going through a lot emotionally, let me just say. And also physically. I've been in a little more pain than usual. It's fine. This is fine. But just know that I don't have a lot of spoons right now. That may change. It may change. I could get on an upswing and feel fantastic and put out a new video every week and just be like the most efficient person. But I'm not the most efficient person right now. So thank you for understanding. And I think you guys are great. That's the end of this video. If you want to check up on me, keep track of what I'm doing, hear about me, I have a Twitter, @HoagieJ. It's a work in progress. I am also a work in progress. But I will keep you notified with anything important, so watch that space. I also have a coffee. I am raising money to get an SD card for my phone so that I can store my videos on my phone instead of having them be nuked by Google Photos, and then I have to delete them off my phone because I don't have the space. So check that out. I would really appreciate anything you can do for me. If you don't have disposable income, do not worry about it. It is not relevant. Just your support in your heart is enough for me. But if you do want to throw a couple bucks my way, I would really appreciate that. It is coffee.com/HoagieJ. Both links are also listed in the description. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy my content, please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting. I do my best to put out new videos whenever I can. I think you guys are great. Thank you for bearing with me. Just have a calm, relaxing week. Build up your spoons, and I will talk to you guys next time. Mwah.